for game number 6 of the D3Hoops.com Classic between the Clark Cougars and the Trinity Tigers.
Welcome in, everybody, as we get ready for our penultimate game of the day. It's game 5 of the day, game 6 of the event. It's the Clark University Cougars taking on the Trinity Tigers out of Texas. I'm Dave McHugh. Who knows who's calling this one between Gordon, myself, and Pat Coleman, but we'll get you filled in here shortly. Tigers come in undefeated and 22nd ranked in the country at 11-0. Cougars are 8-1 coming into this one and unranked. We'll take a look at the starters for this one, starting with the Cougars of Clark. They will start in numerical order. Number 1, Isaiah Taylor. Taylor, the junior out of McHugh, Massachusetts. Also number 5, Mikey O'Brien, the New York senior. Number 11 is Bruce Stanilis, the Plainville, Massachusetts junior. Number 13 is Reed Newman, the 6'6 sophomore out of Burbank, California. Number 44, it's Kekoa McArdle out of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. For the Trinity Tigers, they will start number 0, Braxton Berry, the Houston, Texas junior. Number 2, Christian Green, the San Antonio, Texas freshman. Number 10, Jacob Harvey, the Huffman, Texas junior. Number 11, Tanner Brown, the San Antonio, Texas senior. And number 14, Jacob Millhouse, who is the 6'3 junior out of Plano, Texas. Welcome in if you're listening to this game, no matter where you might be listening, across the country, from New England to Texas to the West Coast. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. We'll probably let Coleman do the play-by-play on this one because I'm just saying he can.
Appreciate that.
I'm Dave McHugh, by the way. If you're listening to this maybe on your laptop, your mobile phone, maybe it's your big screen, whether you're watching us on our broadcast partners at Huddle Blue Frame, or maybe it's on our simulcast at YouTube TV. Appreciate you tuning in. Clark's in the red. Tigers of Trinity in the white. Mr. Coleman, it is all yours.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm looking at the rosters right now for the very first time. Kekoa McArdle in the red to tip it up against Christian Green. Game 5 of 6 today here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, and should be a doozy. Number 22 in the country, 11-0 versus unranked, but 8-1, 9-1, 8-1 Clark, the Cougars, out of Worcester, Mass. And the Cougars collect it, control it, and they'll be working right to left across your screen here in the first half. Trinity coached by Jimmy Smith, 4th year at Trinity. Tyler Sims, the head coach at Clark in his 4th season. Tilius with the basketball. Now Reed Newman with it. Taylor, shot clock is at 4. Ball deflected in the corner. 3 on the way. No good off the back iron for O'Brien, but it's rebounded at a fresh 20 for Clark. Back iron does not fall, and Christian Green with the rebound. The Tigers pushing it up ahead in the white, working to our right. And the shot for Millhouse does not fall, but he will go to the line. Trinity this season, last time out, beat University of Chicago 82-63. They've beaten Hardin Simmons this year. They beat Whitman. Those teams are a combined 18-5. Last year, of course, Trinity 20-7. They lost to Schreiner in a classic SCAC tournament final. Did not make the tournament. Right now, off to a good start and try to exercise those demons. Second shot on the way, and that one is good.
Clark comes in with their lone loss to a nationally ranked Tufts team that is proving to be maybe the class of the NESCAC.
Tufts did lose today to Cal Lutheran, but I agree with you. And
Cal Lutheran proven to be a pretty good team this year too.
Yeah, they don't stink. Green kicks it outside in the perimeter. 3 ball on the way, and that is good for Jacob Harvey. Harvey, 35.2% from downtown. Second team all-conference player last year for the Tigers. Taylor brings it across the timeline. So Clark plays in this big A-frame kind of gymnasium in Worcester, Mass. And shot is around and off. We're talking about, the kind of shooting backdrops that might prepare you for a different looking arena like this one is, right? It's not a small little place like Trinity, and not that Trinity's building itself is small, but the space behind the baskets is.
Braxton Berry called for the illegal screen. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Trinity, Texas, space to the sides for sure, but behind the backboard's tight.
Yeah.
Even kind of an upper deck area that kind of gives a weird visual.
It's fun. It's a great place to see a game, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just not the same as a Big West arena, basically.
Yeah.
Like a Cal State Northridge or something like that, like this place is. Or someplace you might play deep in the NCAA playoffs.
Trinity wanted to travel. Good no call there. Kept the pivot foot down.
Santillia steps in. Fall away from 18 is no good. Tipped out and controlled by Clark. Fresh 20 seconds. Taylor is going to get knocked over by Jacob Harvey. And that'll be a foul. I'm Patrick Coleman. He's Dave McHugh. Here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, 5th game of the day. There's still another one after this, and I'll have 2 top 10 teams. Stay up with us, because that game's not going to start before at least 11:10 p.m. Eastern. Santillius out of the perimeter. 3 ball no good off the back iron and rebounded by Harvey.
Those with children on the East Coast who are on winter break, maybe you can let them stay up and listen to that game too.
Or watch it, or whatever. Indeed. Santa has already come. You don't need to worry about staying up tonight. Braxton Berry from the foul line does not get it to fall.
I think my wife right now just rolled her eyes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I was trying to rescue you, man, by making it more generic and not about your children.
No. I can totally know what's going on in the living room right now.
I mean, she knows what she has to deal with if she lets the kids stay up this late and that late. Santillius no good.
Quick pace like the last game to this one.
I like it. Let's keep it. Millhouse. Fall away doesn't go. Put back.
Nice.
Does. 7-2 Tigers.
Yeah, Whittier and Rhodes are high pace to the point that the second half was extremely high scoring. This one's off to that exact same type of high pace energy.
Clark University. Last year they started off the season 8-1, and they went 7-11 the rest of the way to finish 15-12. This year Clark hoping to put a different stamp on that 8-1, and here is a 3 that's good from Isaiah Taylor.
Oh, he stepped over the line, trying to shift. Did Barry? He stepped over the out-of-bounds line, and it's a turnover back to Clark after a huge three-pointer. Just lost track of where he was. In the meantime, back to Clark. Yeah, a little surprising how they struggled in conference. They had high expectations last season and thought they were going to be able to handle conference play, and it kind of bit them.
It was tough, right? I mean, that 8-1 was against like Leslie Bates, New England College, York of New York, Anna Maria, Westfield State, John Jay, and they lost to Tufts, and that's a basket that's good for Santillius.
John Jay has always been a tough program, but just wasn't what Clark was expecting from their season.
Right. I mean, John Jay was 6-20 last season. It was a great record against not great competition, and the competition amps up when you get into the NEWMAC. The NEWMAC is pretty good. NEWMAC's got some really tough programs, and Clark is figuring out what it takes to get to the next level in that league as Tanner Brown rattles it home for the Tigers. So we'll see this year, very similar start here, getting a couple of really good opponents in Trinity and Pomona Pitzer here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
Yeah, we still have teams that haven't even played yet.
That's right.
Ooh, could have been a travel there.
Could have been Harvey. Back iron up the 3 and foul on the rebound.
I'm going to call that on Clark. I think it's going against McArdle. It is McArdle. Don't turn away for the NFL or whatever you might want to watch tonight. This is where you want to be.
This is where I want to be.
Good old basketball here on this Thursday evening.
Thanks for remembering what day it is. Green
I
off
had
the
to
back.
I had to look at the computer. I was confused by a comment that there was an NFL game going on.
They still have those on Thursdays sometimes.
Listen, I like Michaels, but you want to listen to Coleman and McHugh.
Appreciate that. We're a little more excited about the game, too. McCardle underneath. Little reverse shot, good.
Nice little layup there, using not only the backboard, but keeping himself composed.
Little trap in the backcourt, but they do get out of it. 3 on the way for Harvey. That is no good. Harvey, 35% from downtown, 1 of 3 here in the early going.
By the way, look McCardle's got going. I'm digging. Headband with a flow, almost a mohawk flow going.
When you got headband versus headband.
Oh yeah, you're right. There
too.
you go. Yeah, nice headband there from Williams.
Yep.
Not to take away from the one that Pridgeon's wearing.
Williams looks like Jeremy Boris.
Oh well, yeah.
Only you and I will get that reference. He totally looks like Jeremy Boris right now, or Jeremy Boris' son.
His first personal, third team foul.
Now that will send McCardle to the line. McCardle's just a 52% foul shooter. First one's no good, off to the left in the back iron.
Number 34, Abdullah Roberts into the game for Trinity.
Abdullah Roberts check into the game for Trinity. Clark, bunch of players obviously from Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Also, Reed Newman from Burbank, California. Caleb Henty Brown, he's only played in 1 game so far this year, but he's from Sydney, Australia. So if it's probably Saturday in Australia. It's not actually Saturday.
No, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Late.
Friday. It's Friday morning.
It's about 19
Friday
hours.
morning.
Nope.
Not from here. From here, it's like 15, right?
16 maybe.
And the drive-in baseline. Gonna get Balo and the bucket, and we'll go to the line.
I used to call a lot of. There was a team. I called a game with a player from Melbourne. That was fun. GMT 11. So it's 1:28 in the afternoon right now.
Right. So, I know the east and west coasts of Australia are 3 hours apart from each other, just like ours.
Used to joke that
foul shot good.
Those in Melbourne were getting up early to have breakfast to watch their daughter play.
That's right, breakfast at whatever.
Yep, this is a late lunch. Out of bounds, foot, so it'll stay Clark possession. Both teams utilizing a little bit of full court pressure.
1:29 in the afternoon in Sydney, Australia, on Friday, December 29th.
Yeah.
I just figured I'd ask Google and stop
I had
trying
that
to do
2 minutes
math.
ago.
All right. Three-pointer on the way for Clark, and that is good. Ian Calabrese.
The ATM at the bank is always open. Foul called on that. Inbounds play against Calabrese. Simsbury, Connecticut native, went to Simsbury High. Oh, Clark is really kind of baffling Trinity with that full court press. And there's that trap.
And that steal. Quentin Pridgeon tries to get it back outside and then loses. Ball gets turned over.
A little chaos on both sides.
Shot good.
Big three-pointer from Fenn there.
Zach Fenn, the sophomore out of Cummington, Louisiana, there in the corner. Tigers back up by 2, 15-13. O'Brien tries to get it inside, not able to get it there. Williams takes it away from McCardle.
Yeah, he forced it. McCardle also wasn't exactly in a position where he's going to be able to take advantage anyway.
There's Williams back iron on this one, no good. Pridgeon with the board.
McCardle was right on the baseline underneath the basket.
Pridgeon's another one of those guards with a bunch of rebounds, averages 5.1 a game. Puts him third on this team. He's listed at 6'3". Mikey O'Brien gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Stutter step, moving in. Jordan Richard kicks it out in the corner. Calabrese makes it look easy.
That was a really nice looking three-pointer from the corner from the Simsbury native who shoots 50% from beyond the arc.
Second of them on the afternoon. Here's Pridgeon, and around and in as he gets past Williams.
It's that pressure and the steal as Clark continues to stymie Trinity on the transition.
Zach Fenn with the basketball inside for Williams, working against Pridgeon. Takes it to the hole, just rolls off the rim. McCardle rebound. O'Brien into the front court. Calabrese back to Pridgeon. Calabrese Jr. gets the ball back, steps out between the and has his pass taken away by Christian Green. Green dribbling 2-on-3, kicks out in the corner, 3, no good. Big battle for the rebound, that is a held ball.
Neither one wants to give it up.
They've called the jump ball, guys.
We're done, it's held ball, we're good. You don't need to keep holding it, no really. No really. The cooler heads prevailed.
I mean, they were cool about it. Very cleanly held ball.
There was a moment there where it nearly went over the edge, and they both caught themselves.
You were looking for a little headband on headband violence.
Yeah.
Understandable.
A lot of subs here. We'll have to reset the floor. Trinity brought in 4.
The entire floor.
Clark brought in 3.
Jacob Harvey with the basketball.
That's not
inside
a good lob
for Braxton
there.
Berry. Yeah, exactly. It's Berry, Balo, Harvey Brown, and Grayson Herr for Trinity. On the Clark side, it's Isaiah Taylor, Calabrese, O'Brien, Centilius, and Reed Newman. The stat program makes it so easy to get that information. I used to struggle with this stuff all the time. And as long as you're using NCAA live stats with the shot clock winded down, shot no good. Rebound Centilius. Centilius pushing it up, 2-on-3. No good. Rebounded by Berry. Berry gets it up ahead for Balo. Balo pull up, no, but he'll get the foul.
Trinity, Texas 0 for their last 4 and haven't scored in more than almost 2.5 minutes now. In the meantime, Clark's 4 of their last 5. That last layup, their own miss in that run there. And it was great defense by Tanner Brown for the Tigers on that play. Stayed within himself, stayed within the defensive scope. Good no call from the officials as that free throw is good for Balo.
You see there in the background Tyler Sims, head coach at Clark. Trinity, Connecticut graduate, 2008.
Good friends with Jason Leon, who's here with his Oswego team. They'll play next.
They will. They're the number 4 team in the country.
I've had them as number 3 in my head all day.
They may be number 3 in your head, but it's our poll I want to go by if that's okay.
That's sure. I have a
3 ball good for Taylor.
Wow.
Rattled that one in.
We'll talk about it more in the next game, but Oswego's got 1 first-place vote. I wonder where it's coming from.
Well, I could certainly check, but then I would have to see whether I can...
You don't have to.
Oh, I see. I see. Dave making a statement.
Yep, that's going to be a hip check there. Doesn't like it, does Calabrese, but he definitely fouled.
In this day and age in the poll, too, there are probably 8 or 9 ballots you can find on X in any given week.
Yeah.
You can eliminate.
I applaud the guys for doing it. I'm just glad they decided to finally foul me. I just stopped doing it, not just based on time.
You used to write like 4,000 words about it, too.
And that's time-consuming.
Imagine if you had the ability to produce content but didn't need a website. Tanner Brown draws the foul.
I enjoy doing it.
All that overhead of a website, my goodness.
Time-consuming. Still no field goals here for Trinity in the last 3:01. 0 for their last 4, but they're getting a few points here at the line, but they trail by 5 here. They're shooting 29% from the floor. Sorry, 36% from the floor, 29% from deep. As into the game comes Christian Green for the Tigers, the San Antonio native who has started and played every game this season. He replaces Balo.
Second one no good. Reed Newman skies for the board. Coming up on 10 minutes to go here in the first half, 21-17. Clark with the early lead on number 22, Trinity of Texas. Shot blocked. Centilius has it rejected back in his face. Tanner Brown gets it across the timeline.
They are allowing a bit of contact.
Well, they should. We started this game 20 minutes late. I'm just joking. Call the game as it should be. 3 ball good there for Grayson Herr. Grayson Herr out of Farmington, Connecticut. Trinity, as usual for the institution, has kids from all over. Obviously a bunch of Texas kids, but also Clarkston, Michigan, Farmington, Connecticut, Covington, Louisiana. You know, maybe that's not as many as I thought. A lot of Texas kids on this roster.
Farmington, Connecticut, not far from Trinity, Connecticut, the university.
College. Shot
Right.
good from
Thank
Mikey
you.
O'Brien.
3 points, Mikey O'Brien.
O'Brien, 46.2% from downtown on the season. And
Turned over right back to the Cougars. Had a couple of subs. Tigers are bringing in Jacob Millhouse again. He's their best free throw shooter and three-point shooter. Clark playing well so far in this one. 9 minutes to go in the half. Tigers showing zone now.
Yep, little 1-2-2.
Little 3-2, yeah. Depending on, it depends on what they do with the top one.
Depends on where the ball is, right? The
Yep.
three is good for Christopher Clark. Clark, freshman out of Brockport, Mass, his first three of the season. Makes his first three of the career, I would assume. He's on the board. It's a 7-point lead, biggest of the night for Clark. Christian Green lets it fly, no good. Newman
Pop loose.
not able to hold on to the ball. Harvey, no. Harvey again, no, but a foul.
It was a strong rebound. Just as he came down, hit the shoulder of a Trinity player, and it popped into the hands of Harvey. Oh, they called it on St. Louis.
Centilius?
Centilius, thank you.
Santilis, maybe. No, I gotta look. I'll look.
I didn't think he was the one in on the play, but I guess he was. No one was sub for. In the game for the Tigers, Zach Fenn, as it is clearly late.
Santilis.
Centillis, okay.
Yeah. Second shot for Harvey. This one is good.
Well, Trinity
Harvey
has
with
won for
4.
their last 7 from the floor, so it's been free throws that have been keeping it relatively close. But Clark is starting to extend a little.
7 of his
heads
last
up.
9, and hey, I protected the laptop. We just want to keep having a broadcast, guys.
Do the
that's all.
teams know they lose points if they hit the broadcast?
Well, I mean, their fans just can't watch at home for 10 minutes if they knock the machine offline. Trinity to inbound right in front of us. Everybody having a good laugh. 27-21 our score.
Just in front of your laptop.
I know, right? Let's see.
mean,
the heart rate's only 89. That's not
you're
bad.
good. You're good.
It hit off the front lip. It was, and it skied over it. It probably actually hit this cable, is why it jumped so high. Jumping high, not able to bring it down is Barry.
Trinity is struggling from the floor right now. They're about
6
1
of
for
10. 6 of 17 before that last 0 for 2 or 3, however it's credited.
Yeah, they are now 1 for 10. They were 0 for 3 on that last go.
There's Harvey. That's a shot or a turnover that either way doesn't work. Taylor, other way. 2-on-2.
No numbers.
Yep. And pull it back, gonna run some offense. Kicks for Santilis in the corner, dribbles in. Bounce pass for McCardle. He gets it. He puts it in. He draws the foul.
Hold on. Oh, I thought maybe, I heard another whistle. Thought maybe there was going to be a conversation, but no. McCardle's going to have it count. Their lead is out to 8 now.
Dave, run that replay. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. It's the one thing I haven't set up.
It's all right. Keep the computer operational. We don't have to do that. But McCardle gets the ball in. Everybody's collapsed on him, and the ball's down at his feet. He somehow not only gets the ball off the floor, he puts it up, and it goes in, and he's going to go to the line here.
Trinity Texas now 0 for 6, one of their last 11. In the meantime, Clark is clicking along here, shooting 11 of 21.
Shot no good by McCardle. He's 1 of 3 from the line today.
They are he's the only one who's been to the line, and they're 1 of 3.
52% shooter.
Also 6 of 11 is Clark from beyond the arc. Trinity is 6 of 21. They've made half as many shots in the same amount.
But Clark is very aggressive on defense. They're doing a good job of collapsing on guys. It's another opportunity where Green had the ball at the foul line, couldn't find himself an open opportunity, kicked it on the perimeter, and it came up empty. Shot no good.
Nice. Got his hands in there just in case, did Newman. Newman actually with a pretty good shot. It didn't fall, but just the body control to make that a doable shot. Taylor leading all scorers right now with 8.
Balo dribbles in, kicks outside for Brown. Clark is just right there with these guys every step. Trying to come in for the corner, pass deflected. Kicked out in the corner, here's an open look. And the shot is knocked down by Dean Balo, the freshman.
First field goal in about 3:15. They're now 2 for their last 13.
Does that lead back to 8? Had been 11. That's how math works. McCardle, and he travels. McCardle got the ball in the low post, started to work against a much shorter Dean Balo, but a little too eager to get moving. Green, baseline, Skies, layup good.
Quick
29-26.
Quick 5 points after a scoreless run. Only one basket in about 6 minutes, but they've got 5 now off of 2. Sticking with that zone look.
Here's O'Brien for 3, no good, around and off. Wow, good job by Jordan Richard to knock the ball out of the hands of the rebounder, and Quentin Pridgeon puts up a shot that doesn't fall.
Tigers in that zone look against a team in Clark that's 45th in the D3 in shooting from beyond the arc at 37%. Trinity, 14th best defensive team against shooting from beyond the arc at just 26.5%. But right now it's in Clark's favor. They are 6 of 12 from beyond the arc.
I'll say, Dave, that's a classic example of something's got to give, I believe, is what the cliche people say.
Yes, I believe we fit in that more often.
Sometimes.
Especially after a long day of hoops.
Especially in Game 5. Quentin Pridgeon made the first, the freshman from Fitchburg, Mass. No good on the second. Rebounded by Fenn. Pass up head to Green. Green working at the elbow. Getting hit on the elbow. And he'll draw the foul. That is going to be it's going to put him at the foul line. 9th team foul for the Cougars here in this first half of action.
One against Pridgeon.
Green to the line for the first time this evening. 57% foul shooter.
Trinity in the bonus.
1 and 1. Green's shot is good. Nobody went in to rebound. He's like, oh yes, these are 1 and 1s. I mean, not absolutely nobody, but there was some hesitation. Second shot is good. He makes them both. 2-point ball game. 5:35 and counting remaining in the first half. I'm Patrick Coleman. He's Dave McHugh. We're here at the 13th annual D3Hoops.com Classic in Las Vegas, Nevada. As you can see, this is not a hotel ballroom. Shot rattles home for Isaiah Taylor on the pull-up.
Clark continuing to play well here.
Looking inside, there's Green. Green guarded by O'Brien, almost loses the handle on it. And they double dribble traveled.
Well, the help defense coming down from Calabrese as his defensive assignment came over to the corner. He hedged down, and they just gave enough of a distraction there for Green. Green nearly gets a steal.
Taylor losing the handle on. Now it is taken away. Up ahead for Green. Leves the layup short. Taylor rebound. Taylor's got numbers 4 on 2.
Great job by Calabrese to get back defensively on that last play.
Taylor gets it back. Now Calabrese in the corner. This is for 2. Sorry, I guess it's for 3.
And Trinity wants to talk about it. Yep.
Full timeout. 4:39 to go here in the first half. It's 35-28. Clark will take a break and be back after this.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important. But as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Back out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We need to get some footage from Clark or Guilford or Ohio Wesleyan, any of those places that have that visually distinctive A-frame gymnasium into that little promo.
Yeah.
It is 35-28. The Cougars of Clark leading the Tigers of Trinity University out of Texas. Clark 13-25 from the floor right now, 52%, 54% from beyond the arc. Just 2 for 5 from the line. Rebounding is pretty even. Trinity with a 3-rebound edge. 6 turnovers apiece, but Trinity struggling from the floor, 8-25, 4 of 12 from beyond the arc. And they are 8 of 11 from the foul line. Green to Harvey. Harvey dribbles in. Harvey puts it up, gets it to roll over and in. 35-30. .413 and counting here in the first half. Taylor in the red with the basketball, working on the basket to our left here in half number 1. Looking underneath McCardle. Trying to find himself somewhere to go. Goes into a double team, puts it up left-handed. No good off the glass, no iron. Green with a rebound. Pushing it up on a 3-on-4. And unable to do anything with it is Tanner Brown, but right there is Green when after everything fell apart. Green threw it in.
Gonna delay a game on Green there.
That's a warning.
Yep, just a warning this time. But yeah, Brown dribbled it off of a defender's foot. Couldn't get it back. Green was able to scoop it up and score, and then a little hijinks afterward, tossing the ball out of bounds, drew the warning on delay a game against the Tigers. We're in that zone look again.
Mikey O'Brien swings it down low.
Oh, and a missed time there. Good idea from Santalis, yeah, I was double checking who he was trying to go to. I think he was trying to get it to Richard.
I was screened, I got nothing for you.
And it was just mistimed on it. As Richard was past where Santalis ended up tossing it. Nice play here.
Yep, long pass up ahead and just cannot finish the layup, Tanner Brown. Still battle for the rebound. And Clark comes up with it. 2-on-3. And laying it in is Ian Calabrese. The funniest thing was watching Eric Bell, one of the officials, who was headed full up court sprint, have to stop and turn back, doing the shuttle run.
Yeah. Meantime, Brown buries a 3 for Trinity and ties this one at 35.
I don't mean to bury the lead or bury the tie. Taylor.
That's gonna be a travel.
Yeah, that's not allowed here in this establishment. 37-35, Clark with the lead. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. At the half?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool.
I'll figure it out.
All right. I got the Warren Caruso interview, if I could get that over to you, too.
No, we already had that one.
I gave you Caruso already?
Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't have it. You're right.
Basket good, and it's tied up once again. 37 apiece after the basket by Jacobs. Taylor's just going to pull up from the, yeah, sure, why not? 25 feet out, nails it, 40-37. Going back the other way, Jacob Harvey just going right at Isaiah Taylor, and Taylor's going to draw the foul. Second foul on Taylor. Of course, we're already over the limit. It's double bonus the rest of the way for the half.
Jacob Harvey shoots 2.
Harvey back to the line. He's an 86% free throw shooter. Makes the first. He's 2 of 3 now on the night. Harvey's second shot on the way, and that one is good. Tigers cut that lead to 1, 40-39. Clark. We'll run a half-court set here. Taylor picks up his dribble between the circles. Now left side with it. Pridgeon. Taylor gets it back. Newman, 8 on the shot clock. Pull up from 21, no good. Rebounded by Grant Jacobs. Trinity with a chance to take the lead here. It is a 3 ball. It is no good, around it off. Put back is bouncing around, no good by Green, and rebound by Newman. Minute 15. Taylor picks it up. Reed Newman. Back to Taylor, just way out there. A little bit further than the spot he hit from a moment ago. That does not go. Millhouse with the rebound. Up ahead, Harvey, a little up and under move, and he'll get to the line.
Yeah, Newman got into a bad spot there and just reached over and slapped at it.
Reed Newman. That's his second personal.
So Reed Newman with his second, yep.
Yep, team is over the limit at this point.
Clark's 12th foul of the first half.
Trinity's been down a lot in this one, but it fought back, take the lead. Clark has played really well, but can they keep this pace up in the second half against the Tigers?
Right, Clark averages 84 a game, so pace of play in and of itself shouldn't be an issue. Here's Taylor in at the foul line. Bounce pass to the cutter. The cutter, Newman, can't get it to fall. McCardle gets the rebound outside to Taylor, fresh 20. Bounce pass inside, no good, taken away by Brown. Brown up ahead for Harvey. No good, tipping by Brown.
Great play by Brown.
Puts the Tigers back up by 3, 43-40. And now Clark can take the last shot, and that is what Tyler Sims is asking his team to do. Taylor against Harvey. To Newman. Calabrese with the basketball. Taylor gets it back. Clock at 4. Calabrese way out there, puts it up. No good. And Green gets the rebound. That will end the first half. A couple of possessions there down the stretch that Clark surely wants to have had go the other way. They do not. And we'll go to the halftime locker room with the score. Trinity University 43, Clark 40. Pretty good first half, Dave.
Yeah, no, that was, listen, again, Trinity, good job of fighting back and getting into this one after struggling. They went 6 minutes with making 1 field goal.
Right, yeah.
So they were really kind of out of sync. Clark was throwing curveballs at him 94 feet defensively. And, I thought Trinity was kind of a bit of trouble, but got a couple of baskets to fall, called a timeout, kind of looked things over, and kind of, I don't know what they did specifically other than mentally get into it and fought back and have a 43-40 lead, which honestly 5-6 minutes ago, that didn't seem possible.
Indeed, though, it is, and that is where we are at. So we're at the half. Trinity 43, Clark 40. We'll be back with more for the D3Hoops.com Classic in just a moment.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
The beautiful thing about a liberal arts education is you have to take classes all over the place.
So I think we're very versatile in terms of what we learn and what we know.
And because of that, you might find love in an area of study that you've never been exposed to before.
And here at Rhodes, you can make that a double major, you can make that a minor. Anything that you can think of, you can kind of take that and run with it. And Rhodes is here to support you through that.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Welcome, Gordon Mann at the D3Hoops.com Classic here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now joined by the University of La Verne's head coach, Anthony Mason. Coach, first off, welcome to Vegas.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here.
First game was a rough one today. You played Rhodes. You dropped that one 70-51. Talk to me a little bit about what went right. First off, Kiara Brown, we called her in the first half. She's like the D3 Tim Duncan. Great power moves, great skill set, leads the team in just about every category. So talk to me about what you have there in her.
I mean, Key, we got a special player. I mean, she does it all right. Hardest worker on the team. She leads the team in the weight room, leads us on the court, practices. She's just a great leader for our group, and you can see it, and they follow her.
Trouble establishing a player other than Brown. Who do you
Yeah.
Who has to be that second or third team player for you guys as a team?
I would say Naomi does a really good job of controlling us as a point guard. We talked to her about being a quarterback. I'm like, hey, you may not always have all the touchdowns, but you're going to be somebody that distributes us, gets us set in, and gets us right. She does a really good job doing that. So usually it's going to be Hal. Alyssa Smith is going to be somebody else, the freshman, who usually steps up, does well. She's unfortunately both of them a little under the weather right now, but those are usually going to be our people that step up and kind of lead us in that spot.
One thing we noticed that we talked about during the broadcast, often SCIAC teams are short. 5'1" point guards, 5'5" forwards, 5'7". You have really good height and really good. I know you inherited this roster, but how do you get to a different level of height than the other teams in your conference?
That's a great question. That's a great question. When I figure that one out, I'll let you know. I mean, I think we're looking for it, but I think most of all, most kayak teams are looking for talent, right? And so we try to find the talent that's around us. And so for me, I mean, I've been lucky enough to coach All-Americans that were 5'5" at the guard spot. You know what I mean? So if they can do it, they can do it. We're going for them.
So you've had a tremendous career in Division III. You're only 3 years in, but you have a great winning percentage. A bunch of very good Vassar. Talk to me about how you come. This is a homecoming for you. So.
Yeah. So this is, to be honest with you, La Verne's 15 minutes from where I grew up. Okay. So I went to school in Long Beach, but I grew up in Pomona.
Okay.
So I grew up in Pomona. So I grew up passing by, driving by the tent. So coming home, I love Vassar, everything that Vassar gave me. Great school, great administration, great kids. But it was a move for my family, and I loved what La Verne is doing as far as academically, giving first-generation students a chance to succeed at college. I really love what La Verne was doing, so when this job opened up, it was a no-brainer for me to apply to get back home, get closer to my parents, let my son grow up around his grandparents and all that kind of stuff. So it made all the sense in the world.
A little warmer winters, too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So you take over the program in August. You were doing a great job at Vassar. That's pretty late, right? So everybody who's going to be on your roster is already, for the most part, in the doors.
Absolutely.
Your schedule is set. You have to come up with your staff in a relatively short period of time. What were those first few months like? Because kids came back to campus maybe 60 days after you were hired?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was quick, right? So I get hired where I'm on campus. We're trying to find the right staff. Lucked out in Barb Satongan. She was one of our point guards at Pepperdine, top 5 in the nation assist turnover ratio. Just a great player, great basketball IQ for these kids to learn from. So just completely lucked out being able to get her on staff. She's been such a blessing to us, and it was just trying to get to know the kids, right? As soon as they could get on campus, hey, let's set up meetings, let's talk, let's figure out life. I mean, because that's really what it's about, is trying to get to know the kids. What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? What are they trying to do? And so that was it.
Did you have much interaction with the players during the interview process?
I did. During the interview process, we had a good group of them that came through. So it was nice getting to meet them face to face. And that was also one of the things that got me excited about the school, was getting to meet those young women and see who they were, the kind of questions they asked, what they were concerned about. Let me know that it was a great place to be.
So last year, the Leopards' best year in program history, ranked in the top 25, 24-3. Didn't make the tournament. You know, in this conference, that's going to be tough. And we talked about it a lot in the broadcast. You are on an island, right? So scheduling is really tough. I imagine you inherited this schedule from Pruitt. But talk to me about your scheduling philosophy, because I know for some of the SCIAC teams, it's a lot of Westmonts and Life Pacifics in the schools that are around you. Others of them travel more. Some of them host. Some of them don't. What will yours look like?
So we're trying to do a little bit mix of that. We are trying to get more deep. I think it's important for us to play a lot of D3 games. So we're trying to see as much as we can do. So next year, we're going to do a little mix of traveling and staying at home and trying to entice some teams to come out and play us and trying to pick up on back-to-backs when they're playing other people. But it's really important for us to try to get a lot more D3 games than we've had before. And so, but again, it's hard down here in Southern California. So yeah. So it's one thing to say to plan for it, and we'll see how it goes going forward.
You have one more game here tomorrow. What will you do in between those games in terms of getting ready?
So we're going to watch our opponent right now. We're going to sit down, get some rest, get off our feet, talk a lot about it, do a lot of whiteboard talk, and try to correct some of the errors that we made today that we just aren't typical errors for us. But when your last game was, I think, December 6th, he got that long lay on our men's team, do a little talk, have dinner, go out, have dinner, and then we'll go catch a movie tonight.
Last thing for you. Break down the conference for me. You guys are the favorites. Claremont's very good. Redlands won the tournament last year. How do you see the SCIAC?
SCIAC's wide open. I mean, if you look at the teams from just top to bottom, some of the great wins they've already had in this season, I think it's going to be tough from going literally from top to bottom. I don't want to say who's favorite, who's not, because you've had some teams with some great wins, some great competing. You saw Whittier competing with NYU. You see the wins that Cal Luz had. Like, you see all these teams and what they're doing. It's going to be wide open this year.
Coach Anthony Mason of the Laverne Leopards. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family.
I used to never really talk, ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me to find my voice. And now everyone else
experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
And we're back out here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. At the half, 43-40. There you see your halftime numbers. Trinity, we mentioned they struggled 37% from the floor. It actually got a little better over the course of the second half. They finished 5 of their last 10 to get to that number. A little better from three-point range than they were midway through the half. Clark, their hot pace cooled off a little bit. They were just 2 for their last 7, but still 47%. 1 of their last 4 from beyond the arc. Turnover numbers favoring Trinity. Rebounding numbers favoring Trinity by quite a bit. And then your individual scoring leaders. On the Clark side, you've got Isaiah Taylor with 13. You've got Ian Calabrese off the bench with 11. On the Trinity side, you got Jacob Harvey with 10. Tanner Brown with 8. 4 players for Clark with 2 fouls apiece. That's McCardle, Taylor, Newman, and Calabrese. For Trinity, Braxton Berry with 2 fouls. Berry, the only one in foul trouble. 3 other players with 1 foul apiece for Trinity. Trinity whistled for just 5 fouls in the first half. Dave, your thoughts on the first 20?
Well, again, Trinity was in a tough spot there, going about 6 minutes with only 1 made field goal, a couple of free throws to keep them relatively within touch. Clark seemed to be in control, had a lead of up to 8. And Trinity just kind of woke up enough to get back in this and take the lead. I think the second half, I don't see either team at this point getting a big lead. I think both teams have settled into the game at this point. Granted, the start of the second half is going to be the key and pivotal for either team, but I don't think Trinity should feel comfortable at all despite, getting the lead and coming back, because I think Clark's going to throw a couple more curveballs at him. Clark's got nothing.
Trinity started off really struggling and then began to find their stroke at the end of the half here in the tougher part of the building, right? Now, a lot of it was not shooting angles. A lot of it was physicality on the defensive end by Clark, making it really difficult for Trinity to get good looks on offense in general. But Clark now, especially with its success and maybe feeling a little bit from three-point range after their last 15 minutes or whatever, see that. We are good to go. And we're good to go. Second half of action underway. That is Clark in the red. Going at the basket to our right, Taylor, O'Brien, Santalis, Newman, and McCardle. The starting 5 back on the floor for the Cougars. Santalis switches hands, goes to the hole for 2. Just his second bucket of the night. He's Brown and Millhouse, and it is Brown for 3. Brown delivers on Thursday, that's for sure. And the lead is back up to 4, 46-42, 19-14 and counting, remaining here in the second half of action. Taylor. Pass inside for McCardle. McCardle for 2, 46-44. The lead is down to 2. Coming back the other way, 3 on the way, no good. That shot did not fall for Brown, and it's rebounded by Clark. Taylor crossover now, step back from 18. Count the basket, 46-44. 46-46. 18-38 and counting. Here's Green on the other end for 2. A lot of back and forth action here in the beginning of your second half of action. We're just over a minute and a half in. There's O'Brien to McCardle, now outside in the corner. 3 ball on the way for Newman, doesn't go. Green all alone to collect it. Green, rebound number 6. Green coming back the other way. His shot does not fall. McCardle there for the board. McCardle with his 6th rebound. O'Brien with it, guarded by Green, guarded loosely by Green. They're still in this zone. Dribbling in, Taylor, a little up and under move, and that is good. Ties it up again at 48 apiece, and there's your scoreboard. 48 all, 17-48 and counting remaining in the half. It's this fancy AI system that reads the scoreboard, but every once in a while it needs to be re-pointed, re-aimed. Here's Green. Spin move to the hole, no good. The tip-in goes in for Braxton Berry. And Jimmy Smith wants a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. 50-48 your score. Tigers on top by 2.
Yeah, interesting quick timeout there from Trinity.
30 seconds.
I thought they called one in the first half, but they scoreboards got them for that being their first timeout. Clark calling the earlier one, but we'll keep it like we've got it for now. But good strong start for both teams, and expected going back and forth. There's nothing that surprises me so far about this start, other than maybe that the Cougars have outscored the Tigers 8-7. But I mean, we're being picky.
We're trying to find a hair to split.
Yeah, literally.
Case Western Reserve has entered the building. They take the floor 20 minutes after this one ends. In the final game of the night, the number 8 team in the country, they will be facing number 4, Oswego State. And we'll have all that action for you on another stream here. But whether you're watching us on whatever we're calling it these days, and we call it Huddle now, or if you're watching
Huddle
us Blue Frame, or if you're watching us on our YouTube simulcast, we appreciate you being here. Taylor up ahead for Newman. Newman pull up, goes left hand, no good. Barry with the board. Harvey into the front court, picks up his dribble, looks inside for Green. Green has to battle to get to it. It's double teamed, shot blocked by Taylor. And Clark is on the run. Newman into the corner for Santalis. And there is the travel. They wanted the travel. They got the travel. Because it was a travel. 10th turnover. 10th turnover on the night. First one of the second half for the Cougars. Jacob Harvey trots into the front court with it. Working on the basket to our left here in half number 2. Patrick Coleman along with Dave McHugh here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. And going to the hole with it is Harvey, and Harvey is going to draw the foul. Santalis is going to be called for it. That is his second. First team foul of the second half for either team.
Jacob Harvey shoots 2.
Harvey, an 86% free throw shooter. That first one is good. Harvey in the first half was 5 of 6 from the line, a big part of Trinity's 12 of 15 performance from the charity stripe, and he hits the second one as well. Lead is back up to 4, 52-48.
Trinity showing the press, but it's more of a man-to-man, just harass you. They do want to bring over that second man if they can time it right.
It worked, nearly worked, I should say. Certainly made him work for it. Taylor now guarded on the perimeter by Harvey as he matched up. Kick out for Calabrese. He dribbles in. Floater does not go. Rebounded by Green. Pushing it up ahead is Millhouse. Millhouse into the paint. Nope. Losing the handle on it. Pridgeon on the run. One-on-one. Shot no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Brown. Up ahead to Green. Green throws it down! Christian Green puts his team up by 6.
Biggest lead the Tigers have had in this one. And because of the frantic pace, Green ended up being up court alongside Harvey on the quick turnover.
Taylor kicks outside. Here's a 3 ball on the way, and that is good for Jordan Richard.
That's a huge 3 for Clark.
Right.
They had gone 0 for 4 and hadn't scored in almost 2.5 minutes.
Right, a dunk only counts for 2 points. I remember reading that somewhere, but momentum is a big deal. So Jacob Harvey's going to back it back out here. Guarded by Calabrese. Now he dribbles in. Gets double teamed, puts it up, no good. McCardle skies, unable to come down with the rebound cleanly. There's a tie up and the arrow. Nope, it's a timeout for Tyler Sims. Sims takes a 30, help his team retain possession here with Trinity leading 54-51.
Interesting there, because I thought that was a gutsy drive by Harvey.
30-second timeout.
Because I thought Harvey was going into no man's land on a double team, and I thought wasn't going to really be a possession worth anything. Ends up being a tie-up instead, and it's going to go back to Clark, but I don't know if that – I mean, I don't know Jimmy Smith's offense all that well in terms of what they want to do from a smaller perspective or an inside perspective, but it just seemed like Harvey kind of took that one on his own and drove right into a heap of trouble. Should point out coming up, we got our final game of the day, Game 7 of the event. It'll be a top 10 battle for the first time here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. Number 4 Oswego taking on number 8 Case Western Reserve. That's coming up after what has been a doozy of a game so far here. Back-to-back, really good games. Actually, all games today have been pretty competitive, but entertaining. But this one, Clark is going toe-to-toe here with the Tigers of Trinity, who are undefeated entering today.
Yeah, these teams have combined 19-1 on the season, and the one loss is to Tufts. Clark with the basketball, not any longer.
Uh-oh.
Maybe they get it back. No, they do not.
Well, no, it's not over yet. It'll be Trinity ball.
Every loose ball is important in a game like this, and they are playing that way.
There's one foul called so far in the opening. 4:23.
5:23 even.
Right.
Ball out of bounds.
I think that went off of Harvey. Huh.
I thought so too, but there wasn't really anybody back in this half of the court who could tell you, right?
Yeah, slight delay here. Wet spot on the other end of the floor. Head coaching duties include wiping up wet spots on the floor.
Other duties as assigned for Tyler Sims. Thank you, sir. I don't have a bonus for you or anything, but appreciate that. Speaking as if I were the tournament director, which I am thankfully not.
Oh, I thought that was part of your duties assigned.
I've not yet been asked to wipe the floor, but, you know, whatever it takes, man. Shot no good by Brown. One and done there for Trinity. Taylor, some nifty moves, puts up the floater. That does not go.
Oh,
he gets it back. Stole it right out of Brown's hands.
Trinity fans want a foul. There was no foul there.
No, 3 is good from the corner for Jordan Richard. All tied up again, 54 apiece. There's Green coming down the lane.
Yeah,
lefty layup good.
You can't stop him. Calabrese tried, but Green was on a mission, and there's no stopping that.
It's a 6'6" freshman from right in San Antonio, Veterans Memorial High School. 6'6" swing. He can put the ball on the floor. Did there to great effect. Jordan Richard picks up his dribble. Shot clock 13. Richard gets it back. Goes left side, loses the handle on it. Millhouse. Up ahead for Balo. Balo working the 3-on-4. And he hits it. He takes it all the way himself. Dean Balo, the freshman, as well. (58-54) our score. Richard gives it off for Taylor. Richard gets it back, swings to the left. Calabrese lines up. 3 off the back iron, no good. He gets his own rebound. Kicked off in the corner for Pridgeon. Pridgeon, good for 3. 1-point game.
This game is just bonkers.
It's a little bit like that. Green stutter step. Puts it up with the right hand, and he gets the roll. My goodness.
Great play by Green.
Green hasn't had the greatest shooting night.
No.
But it's been pretty good here in the second half. He started off the day 2 for 7. Now he's 4 for 8 in the second half.
Just smart, knowing he doesn't have to go with a power move there. He could go with a finesse.
And another loose ball just picked up.
Ooh,
2-on-1 for Trinity, and the basket's good. Count it, and foul. Brown go to the line.
Green did something to his finger defensively there. He is slow to come down court. He is in a great deal of pain. I don't know what he did defensively. I think he may have gotten a finger on that ball that deflected to his teammate.
So jammed it or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
He's going to try to gut it out right now. Brown at the line to try to complete the three-point play. Christopher Clark back in for Clark. Mikey O'Brien in as well, along with Bruce Santalis. Isaiah Taylor, who's leading all scorers right now with 17 points, is going to get a bit of a breather.
Both teams have progressively gotten better shooting throughout this game.
Brown finishes off that three-point play. Brown's got 14.
Well, Clark has cooled off. I take that back. But Trinity was shooting 32% about midway through the first half, trailing by 7, shooting 37% at the end of the half, now up to 42%.
Pridgeon's pass deflects off of McCardle's face but stays in bounds. It's Pridgeon in the corner for 3. That's no good off the front iron. McCardle tips it out, but he's looking for Mikey O'Brien. O'Brien's not there anymore.
Yeah,
My fault,
luck.
He says.
Bad luck.
Yeah. He's not using his heads-up radar to know where everybody is at all times. Dribbling in is Roberts. Kicked back out. Shot no good from long range. Christopher Clark with a rebound. Christopher Clark with an E. Like the school in Dubuque, Iowa. Not like the school in Worcester, Mass. that he represents. He's got his name misspelled on the front of his jersey the whole time. All right, here's a steal. Taken away by Harvey. Harvey up. And Harvey is going to draw the foul. And going down to the floor hard after committing the foul is Quentin Pridgeon.
Right in front of Todd McGinnis, Case Western Reserve head coach, who's got this Clark team tomorrow. Right? Do I have that right? I've got it right here, Pat.
I would say the program's gone farther away from me than I want.
Clark versus Case Western tomorrow.
Good.
Two shots.
First one for Harvey. That rattles out. Harvey, averaging 13.3 points a game, 86% free throw shooter. Now 7 of 9 from the line on the night. Second one is on the way, 8 of 10. Tigers up by 7. Biggest lead of the day. Tigers coming in at 11-0. Number 22 in the last D3Hoops.com top 25 poll. And
little selling there from Isaiah Taylor. Yes, there was some contact with Fenn, but I didn't think it was. I mean, I don't have the same angle as our official over there, so maybe it was more warranted. But Taylor did the whole patented head snap and got the call.
Taylor double teamed out near midcourt, and his pass goes off of the Clark player out of bounds. Nope.
Yep, that's the ruling from the official up top.
Well, we're
Trinity fans apparently,
off of
have a much better angle from behind us.
Well, I spoke the other thing.
Oh, so. True, right, yeah.
Taylor kicks outside. Santalis. Taylor gets it back, 10 in the shot. Lost for the apparent alley-oop for Santalis, and just timing was not there.
Oh, little chippiness.
Yeah, there's a little long distance-ish conversation between Zach Fenn and Isaiah Taylor, and now Clark coach Tyler Sims going to take a timeout. We're going to take a break here with 10:59 to go here in the second half. 64-57 Trinity over Clark here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
For the love of the game, but for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Back out in Vegas, 64-57. Trinity with the lead. Trinity shot 37% more in the first half. A mite better here in the second at 8 of 16. You can do the math at home. Clark consistent from first half to second half at 47%. Also for 6 from beyond the arc. Christian Green, Tanner Brown with 14 apiece. Jacob Harvey with 13 for Trinity. Isaiah Taylor with 17. Ian Calabrese with 11 for Clark. Up ahead, Roberts finishes the fast break layup. Abdullah Roberts got the ball near midcourt. 6'5" senior out of Houston. Took it the rest of the way himself. Mikey O'Brien double teamed out near midcourt. Gets it off to Taylor. Shot clock at 13. Taking it all the way in. Nope, not able to finish. It's taken away. Pass up ahead. Christian Green going 1-on-2 and will draw the foul on the floor. So this will be a non-shooting foul. It'll be the 4th foul on Clark here in the half as Isaiah Taylor is whistled for his 3rd foul of the night. Taylor with 3. He's the only player on either side with 3. 5 Cougars with 2 fouls apiece and 2 Tigers with 2. And here's a takeaway on the inbounds. Tail coast, layup good.
Isaiah Taylor.
66-59.
And now they got warnings going out is with Balo. And I think Clark just got a warning. Did he say walking on the court?
Maybe.
Some warning. I think Clark as well. So both teams, Balo and Taylor, given warnings as the chippiness and the conversations have progressed.
Floater good for Balo.
As the intensity of this game has increased. This has got a very much an NCAA feel, tournament feel to it.
Absolutely. Could see this as a round of 16.
Yeah. Considering locations, absolutely.
Right, it would have to be. 9:36 to play. Here in the second half, it's 68-59. Trinity with the lead on Clark. Dave is repointing the camera, and the AI scoreboard is just doing all sorts of weird things. 68-59 is the score. Roberts, ball on the way. His 3 goes around and off. Rebounded by Pridgeon. 9:16 and counting. Taylor dribbles in, the floater, nope, off to the right. McCardle battles for the rebound, but it's Roberts that comes down with it and then throws it away. I think Roberts was hoping that maybe Tanner Brown would similarly try to save it from going out of bounds. .22 possession here for Clark. Calabrese for O'Brien in the corner. No good, off the side of the backboard. Gets his own rebound. Gets it back on the wing. Left-handed dribble in, kicks outside in the perimeter. Here's a 3-ball on the way for Taylor. That is no good. And rebounded by Tanner Brown. Tanner Brown, rebound number 5. Tigers with a 9-point lead and the basket and counting remaining. Green, shot blocked by Roberts. Taylor taking it back the other way, and Taylor finishes with the layup, 68-61. Team's just content to go back and forth. Not had a stoppage of play in a couple minutes. Subs waiting at the next dead ball. Balo, no go, but he'll go to the line. So foul on Calabrese is his third, sixth foul of the half. So Balo will shoot 2 here, and then Trinity will be in the bonus the rest of the way. First shot on the way is good. Lead is back to 9. Last sub comes in. Braxton Berry back into the game. It's Berry, Roberts, Harvey, Millhouse, and Balo on the floor for the Tigers. Still working that zone against Clark, and a scrum for the ball right in front of us that will go to Trinity, or excuse me, to Clark, and a little slow to get up.
Very. He's holding the back of his head. Back of his neck.
Kind of like his head went into the player he was battling with.
I think he got accidentally kneed maybe in the back of the head, and now
Jacob Harvey, a little slow to get up. Now they're just
oh, never mind.
Shaking the cobwebs. De-squeaking those fluorescent colored Nikes. I don't even know what to call those. Because I'm old. I get it. Pridgeon with the basketball out between the circles. His Cougars down by 9. Trinity's had a little bit of control here over the past few minutes. Here's Christopher Clark. Pridgeon, 4 to shoot. Clark fakes the man up. Goes. It's 70-63. Pressure in the backcourt, but the Tigers break it easily. And so Harvey will get a call from Jimmy Smith, run the offense. Braxton Berry has the ball taken away. McCardle pushes it up ahead. All the way, unable to finish, however, is Santalis. The ball comes back the other way, 1-on-2. Harvey, between 2 defenders. Yeah, he's... best case scenario is he ends up at the foul line, and that's what's going to happen. Foul on Quentin Pridgeon. Third for him as well. 7 team fouls here in the half, 1 for Trinity. 3 subs coming into the game. They get Isaiah Taylor back into the game, much needed on offense. Reed Newman along with Jordan Richard. Bruce Santalis staying on the floor, along with Reed Newman. Second shot does not fall, and Newman comes up with a rebound. So it's an 8-point game coming up on the 7-minute mark of the second half. 5th game of the day here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. This is what we have for you. We have games all day and night. From Las Vegas, there's a 3-ball on the way, around and in for Jordan Richard. Cuts that lead down to 5. Jordan Richard just got the much needed roll. His 3rd 3-ball of the night. Millhouse goes to the floor, loses the handle. Clark back the other way, 1-on-2, finish, and finish cannot happen.
But he also collided with a stanchion awkwardly.
Yeah, that is not good. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas.
Glad to see him get back on his feet. Maybe just dejected, he missed it. Oh, that was a little weird.
Yeah, because once you fall off the edge of that floor there, it is a very thin layer of carpet over concrete. It's not ideal if you're, trying to cushion yourself. It's going to put Balo at the foul line. Back into the game. 1-and-1 here. Balo's shot, good. He'll get another. Balo getting some action at the foul line tonight. He was an 80% free throw shooter coming in. Now he's 5 of 6 here this evening. Boy, don't forget, coming up just 20 minutes after this game ends, the final game of the night, and it's a doozy as Balo hits the second. All we've got for you is 2 top 10 teams. Number 4, Oswego State out of upstate New York, and number 8, Case Western Reserve University out of Cleveland. These 2 teams could have met in Erie, PA or something, but they're all the way here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're looking forward to bringing that one to you as well.
And they wanted to meet here.
It's good. Neutral floor. We like it. 3 ball is good. Reed Newman. First field goal of the night on his 10th attempt. And that lead is back to 4. Tanner Brown goes left hand to Harvey. Harvey coming up the left baseline, goes right hand with it, no good. Coming down to the floor with it for the rebound is Bruce Santalis, and Clark with the basketball, with a chance to cut this lead perhaps in half. Santalis, as they're matching up on guys. This is not really a zone anymore. This is kind of a sagging man. Bounce pass for Reed Newman, can't hold on to it.
Great steal.
Barry there to take it away.
Now trying to buy fouls.
I think Millhouse was legitimately impacted. Basket good for Christian Green. Green's first bucket since he maybe jammed his finger on that loose ball earlier in this half.
Bruce Santillis, his 3rd personal, 9th team foul.
Foul line is not one of Green's strong suits. He's a 57% foul shooter. He is 2 of 2 tonight. That first one is no good, and then, of course, is the front end of a 1-and-1. Tigers will be in the double bonus here the rest of the way. They let that 1-and-1 opportunity go uncompleted. Down by 6, Clark with the basketball. Newman at the foul line for Santalis, working against Green, against Barry. Shot on the glass for 2. 4-point ball game, under 5 to play. Just what you need in a 5th game of the day. Entertaining, close and late. Going to the deck, Harvey.
That hurt.
They did not get the putback. Clark up the other way, no good for Pridgeon. Ball deflected out of bounds on the rebound.
Number 3, Dean Bingham returns to the Trinity lineup.
So Clark basketball.
They will take Barry out. Well, the Tigers. Oh, they're definitely in a 2-3 look.
Outlet pass up top here. 15 on the shot clock. Calabrese, Reed Newman. Calabrese way out on the perimeter. Newman flashes in, looking underneath.
Wow.
What ball movement, and Jordan Richard there with the finish.
What a look from Newman to see Richard on the cut. I know it's a design play, but still.
What a look, what a no look.
I thought he looked, but I'll give you that. I just, the whole play was spectacular.
75-73, and Christian Green.
Newman can't believe he fouled, but you most certainly did.
He was hoping to get bailed out with a travel call.
Yeah, no, that wasn't there. Oh, and interesting. Now Newman having a few words there with Green. Both teams need to chill, in my opinion. It's a good game. We don't need to be yapping at each other.
A lot of these guys are young, right? These are big moments. I get it. Green, foul shot, good.
Psychological part of the game is such a huge factor. And the teams that know that and prepare for it really are the ones that stand out.
Second shot, good. Green is 4 of 5 from the line tonight. He's got 18 points. Lead is back to 4. 22 of 28 from the line for Trinity, 2 for 5. for Clark. Taylor, step back three. No good, and is he gonna draw that foul? He's gonna draw that foul from Jacob Harvey. Harvey, just his second.
Second team foul. Isaiah Taylor at the line for Clark, shooting 3.
First shot good. Second one good, one more coming. Taylor's 79.3% free throw shooter. His third one is on the way, and he hit them all. It's a 1-point ball game with 3:28 to go.
Big free throw shooting in a key moment.
Three-pointer in the corner. Wow. Harvey nails it. Harvey, ice in his veins. My goodness.
Timeout, Trinity.
Very calm, very cool, very collected. Very basket.
Full timeout.
Trinity calls the timeout off that. Big moment for the Tigers. We'll take a break. 3:19 left. Tigers lead by 4.
Liberal arts school and majoring in business, it definitely gives you both perspectives because I'm taking classes about art and music. I've been taking religious studies classes, but then I'm also taking these very specific classes about accounting or statistics and finance. So I'm glad that I went to a liberal arts school because I definitely got a completely different side of the education rather than just being a business major.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Letting people distract themselves. And we're back here at the D3Hoops.com Classic 80-76 with 3:19 to go. Barn burner of a ball game. Second half. Clark 14 of 30 from the floor at Trinity. 13 of 25, 52%, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. Making a living at the foul line where they are 11 of 14.
Ooh, nearly a steal in the backcourt.
Taylor brings it into the front court. Cougars with the basketball, down 4. It's Taylor with it, kind of loosely double teamed. Kick outside, open in the corner, and Reed Newman knocks that one down. Once again, a 1-point game. 80-79 with 2:48 to play. Christian Green spin move in the paint. Can't finish. Richard with the rebound. Taylor into the paint, switches hands, and cannot get it to fall.
Tiger foul on number 2, Christian Green. That's his first personal. Third team foul.
Taylor to the line to shoot 2, where he just made 3 of 3 a moment ago. That one is no good.
Returns for Trinity.
Second one, that one is no good either. Couple of key missed free throws there. Could have given his team the lead. Jacob Millhouse, guarded by Newman. Backs it out. Jacob Harvey with the basketball. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 2:15 to go in regulation. Harvey to the hole and is going to draw the foul.
Yeah, for some reason going for the hack. was Richard. He could have just left it alone.
Wright didn't seem super in control.
Yeah, he didn't have to go for the swap there at all. He's giving Harvey points now. 86% free throw shooter. You also kind of need to know your opponent.
Been at the line a lot tonight, 9 of 12. Make it 10 of 13.
Number 0, Braxton Berry into the game for Trinity.
Dean Balo heads to the bench.
Meantime, Case Western Reserve and Oswego just off camera watching this.
Braxton Berry was the one who checked in. Harvey's second shot no good. It rattled out. A couple of key missed free throws on both sides here in the past 2 possessions. Taylor with the basketball takes it to the hole, and it rolls it in, ties it up at 81 apiece.
Taylor's had a heck of a game.
26 points.
He's playing with 4 fouls, too.
Minute 40 to play.
Here are 3 of their last 3.
Christian Green, ball stolen out, deflected out by Jordan Richard, and then off of the hands of Green.
Interestingly, Richard goes to that same play where he fouled the previous one, gets the ball clean this time.
Yeah.
Off the knee.
He's been workshopping it.
Yeah, he works. Yeah, he did. Goes out of bounds. Clark, by the way, now shooting 48%. They've found their tempo again.
81-81 our score, a minute 26 to go. Newman up top for Taylor, 15 to shoot. Back for Newman. Shot clock's down to 7. Santalis taking it in, puts it up from 14 and buries it. Cougars with the lead.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
Clutch shot. And Jimmy Smith is going to take time out here. Braxton Berry having some conversation with one of our officials before heading back to the bench. Full timeout. All right, we'll keep it here with exactly 60 seconds to play. 83-81 our score. Possession arrow points toward Trinity. There's 3 timeouts left apiece. Trinity's in the double bonus. If Clark wants to get the ball back, they'll have to commit. No, other way around. If Trinity is in a position where they need to get the ball back, they'll have to commit 4 fouls to put Clark on the foul line. So 83-81. Clark comes into this game, of course, at 8-1. Their only loss is a 75-71 defeat at Tufts. Tufts was undefeated until about an hour and a half ago when the Jumbos fell at Cal Lutheran, which is no slouch. Trinity comes into this game at 11-0, coming off a season last year in which they went 20-7. Got knocked off in the SCAC tournament final and did not make the NCAA tournament. If you're just joining us, you've missed 39 minutes of really scintillating basketball. You've got Clark here in the red. Trinity is in the white. Refresh that lineup for you. Trinity with Berry, Green, Harvey, Brown, and Millhouse. Clark with Taylor, Calabrese, Santalis, Newman, and Richard. And the Tigers get it in. They're bringing the ball up the floor, down by 2. Patrick Coleman along with Dave McHugh here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, 13th annual event here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is a good one. Christian Green with the ball top of the key. His team down by 2, 15 to shoot. Green with 18 points tonight. Here's Brown, head fake, drives in, layup does not fall. Ball on the floor, battled for, still battled for, and the tie-up is going to go Trinity's way on the jump ball.
That ball rolled up and then rolled back. It looked like it was going to go in, lost the momentum as it hit its zenith. But Trinity with the ball back here, forcing Clark to continue to play defense. Remember,
20 on the shot clock now.
And we're in the double bonus for Trinity in terms of shooting, as Clark has committed over 10 fouls in this half. And the foul discrepancies make sense because Trinity has played zone most of the second half.
Right, exactly.
Timeout. Trinity.
Trinity will call timeout.
And frankly, most of the first half, too.
Well, fair, yeah.
We'll look at a timeout here.
That
30 seconds
last
timeout.
game's going to start a little later, Pat.
Well, it was already supposed to.
Well, I thought I had a prayer that maybe we could find some time, but no,
make 5 minutes
we
back.
lost time. Yeah.
I mean, Dave, it's a 2-point game with 33 seconds to go. We might not get out of here in 33 seconds either. So if you missed it, Trinity shooting a little better here in the second half than they did in the first. Harvey and Green leading the way with 18 points apiece. Harvey struggled from the floor, but 10 of 14 from the foul line. Clark, it's been a big night for Isaiah Taylor, the 6'0 junior guard out of Methuen, Massachusetts, Lowell Catholic High School. His team is on defense right now as Tigers are going to inbound underneath their own basket with 20 to shoot. Green gets the inbounds for Barry. Harvey off a screen, nails it!
Wow!
Nails it! 1-point lead for Trinity. Taylor brings it across midcourt and is going to get a timeout.
I'm not sure what Jimmy Smith is arguing
I don't know
for.
if Jimmy Smith wants...
Did he want the foul on
the
three-pointer? Thought that was a little bit of
it was semi-theatrical, but semi-legit, like most things these days.
I think there's been a lot of acting in this one, and I think the refs have been surprisingly not calling it out.
This is a, yeah, exactly.
Because there's been several things in this second half where one message could be sent with a quick technical. Granted, it's just a one-shot tech.
There have been a number of warnings issued.
Yep, for a lot of words.
For some delaying of game.
Yeah, there's definitely been. Everybody's been warned for delay of game. That's key here.
All right, so we've got Clark with the basketball down by 1. They're going to inbound right in front of the scorer's table. They're going to inbound in front of us, I guess, from the looks of it.
It's a little further up, but yeah, about there. Ball was between midcourt and the three-point line when the timeout was called.
So you're Clark. I mean, Clark said, some good success getting the ball in the hole. Yeah, exactly. Yep, good success driving to the basket. I think that's your first look.
Though they're 14 of 30 from beyond the arc. That's not shabby, Pat.
It is not. That makes it 6 of 13 in the second half.
I was about to pull out my phone, but I just saw our friend Riley Zayas has pulled out his phone to shoot this, so I'm going to let the man work.
All right.
Or the boy?
Here's the inbounds. Man.
I'm just joking.
Taylor with the basketball.
Great
Splits
defense.
defenders, and he's going to draw the foul. It's been a mixed bag for Taylor at the foul line. He made 3 in a row, then missed the last 2.
It was great defense. The foul was the right call, too. You can have both in that scenario. Got a little too aggressive on the help D, but the original D leading up to that point was smart. And listen, they've got fouls to give.
That is true, right? Nobody's going to the line on that.
Nope. Almost threw it away.
Taylor's got it. Game clock is at 8. There's another foul on the perimeter. That is number 5.
Listen, if you're the Tigers, give it away. You've got one more before they go to the line.
Exactly. You make them inbound the ball every single time. That is an opportunity for a turnover.
Clark calling another timeout. Looks like they are. They've got one timeout remaining. Trinity has 2. Earlier in the first half, we thought Trinity called a timeout. Nobody's argued that fact, so apparently it was a Clark timeout. Scoreboard has not changed the timeouts, though. I believe Clark has 1 remaining and Trinity has 2.
Coming up next, Case Western Reserve and Oswego State. They are waiting. If you are waiting for that game, you should be here watching this game. As we come up on the 8 o'clock hour here in the Pacific time zone, 11 o'clock out east. Clark, after this timeout, is going to inbound down by 1 with 7.5 seconds to play. Trinity has used 2 of its fouls to give. They still have 1 more if they choose to do so. Clark breaks the huddle. McCardle, Richard, Newman, Taylor, and Santalis will inbound the ball in front of his own bench. Trinity brings out some bigger defenders, Grant Jacobs.
And now Trinity's going to call timeout. They see what the lineup is and make some changes.
It's just like the end of a football game, right?
Sure, you're icing the kick. No.
But they didn't get a chance to start the play.
Again, Tigers have a foul to give here before there's any free throw consideration. 7.5 seconds left, 1-point lead for the Tigers. Again, Trinity's got an undefeated season on the line. Cougars wanted to avoid their second loss, both to top 25 programs. Though I don't remember, was Tufts a top 25 when they beat Clark?
Probably. I mean, they're number 5 right now, so.
Well, they kind of moved up that quickly.
That's true. They did catch the eyes of the folks who have public ballots. Let's put it that way.
Gordon Mann's dinner setup routine has been noticed online.
It is.
For the record, I am skipping the dinner portion for the late night dinner and just going with a treat in between games.
I hope, we'll get out of here at some point. All right, here comes that inbounds. Cougars down by 1. Handoff in to Taylor. Taylor harassed out on the perimeter. Gives it to Santalis. Santalis throws it up off the bottom. No good. And Trinity's going to hold on. They're going to win this one 84-83. Not a good look at the basket after all was said and done. And Trinity comes away with the W.
It's not how I thought that was going to finish. Not that I expected a made shot. It just kind of a chaotic finish. Got a feel for Clark. Trinity forced them into a bad shot with really good defense. They had been playing zone the entire game. They kind of went aggressive with Mann.
Yeah.
And it really threw the monkey into the works, as it were, for Clark.
A whole entire monkey, I agree.
Yeah, and
not just a wrench.
Hats off to the Tigers. They escaped. They absolutely escaped this one.
And I think, too, good job by Trinity in this last couple of sequences, using those fouls they had to give, right? Do not give Clark 22.7 unobstructed seconds with the ball. Make them continually re-inbound the ball. Make them continually call timeouts and reevaluate what they're going to do. And, they ended up with something that definitely did not work.
Pretty impressive. They played tough on Isaiah Taylor off the inbound, and they forced Stanlis to not have a very good look. Felt like there needed to be another pass there, but clock was ticking, time was running, and he left it short and to the left.
Our next game will tip off at 8:25 or so p.m. Pacific time, 11:25 p.m. Eastern. But before we go, final stats from this one. First, for Clark, hard-fought battle in which they fall to 8-2. And the Cougars were led by Isaiah Taylor's 26 points, 10 of 15 shooting, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, also tied for the team high with 5 assists. Jordan Richard with 11, Ian Calabrese with 11, Bruce Santalis with 8 points, and the other player with 5 assists on the Cougars side. McCardle with 7 points, Newman with 6, Pridgeon with 6, Clark with 5, Mikey O'Brien with 3, for the total of 83 points, 32 of 66 from the floor, 49%, 14 of 30 from downtown, 47%, and 5 of 10 from the foul line. They turned the ball over 16 times compared to 11 for Trinity. They got out-rebounded by the Tigers 42-38. And the Tigers, who improved to 12-0, they were led by Jacob Harvey with 21 points, just 4 of 13 from the floor, but 10 of 14 from the foul line en route to those 21 points. Christian Green, 7 of 19 from the floor with 18 points, also a game-high 9 rebounds. Dean Balo off the bench with 15, Tanner Brown with 14. Then you go down to Jacob Millhouse with 4, Zach Fenn with 3, Grayson Herr with 3, Grant Jacobs, Abdullah Roberts, and Braxton Berry with 2 apiece, and Ty Williams played but did not score for the total of 84 points. 26 of 64 from the floor, 41%, 8 of 21 from beyond the arc, 38%, and 24 of 31 from the foul line, 77%. As we said, Tigers improved to 12-0. Cougars fall to 8-2. They'll both be back out here over the course of the next 2 days at the D3Hoops.com Classic. It's been a good first 5 games. We got one more to come. We're going to take a break. There will be a new stream here for the final game of the night between number 4 ranked Oswego State and number 8 Case Western Reserve. For my partner Dave McHugh, for Gordon Mann, for everybody involved here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, I'm Patrick Coleman saying goodnight. The final score of this one, Trinity 84, Clark 83. We'll be back in a bit here in Las Vegas.